Hi everybody, I welcome you today to this Power of Decision session and I'm so privileged today. आज मेरे साथ समिता जी मौजूद हैं और thank you so much for taking our time. It's such a privilege and I believe that our audience are going to be really blessed by your experience knowing who you are. So Samita ji, would you give your introduction? How will you explain Samita?
First of all, a lot of thanks, Anuradha, for giving me this opportunity to present my life to you today, to present, who Samita is. So, I'll first talk about professionally. I am Samita Luthra. I work as General Manager, Recruitment and Training with Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. It is one of the public sector units of India. I think many people know what BSNL is. And if I just talk about my professional journey, I graduated from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. So I was an engineer, then I did my MBA, and I started my career with IT companies. First of all, it was Tata Consultancy Services. That was for around 6 years, followed by Infosys Technologies Limited. That was another 6 years. Then I, got this opportunity, wherein an opportunity came that BSNL, wanted people with 12 years of industry experience to get into management roles into their company, wherein they would be able to, improve the position of BSNL. So that was the idea behind when, the minister was Kapil Sibal. So that was the time I got this opportunity for BSNL. And I started with BSNL. That was in 2010. So it's been 12 years I've been with BSNL. So that was on my professional front. If I talk about personally, I am married to Sandeep Luthra, again an engineer plus MBA from Pune University. He's working with Ericsson Global and he's my life's best friend. I have my son Shaurya, who's into final year engineering at this point of time, and he's going to finish his engineering and start with his job soon.
Wow, we are so happy to have you here because how I work. I want to actually encourage the upcoming generation to decide right at the right time. So today our session that everybody is gathered to watch you is all about how we can make decision. So personally tell us, when you had to go through all these changes, you had a child at home, you still worked. So how did you make choices? How did you decide?
I think making a decision is very important in life and at the right time. So life gives you many opportunities, throws you up with many challenges, and that is when we have to decide. So decision would always be, you're given n options, and for those n options you'll have certain pros and cons for every option. Now you got to decide. One is your analytical mind that you'll use, to decide as to where should I go, what decision should I go, given all these options. And then is when you have to decide after the analytical part is over, is to decide based on your intuitive thinking. I believe that your intuition or your sixth sense is very important in life, and to develop this sixth sense or this intuition is the most important thing that I would say has helped me throughout my career, throughout my family life, and in every sphere of my life. And how to build this intuition, I had come across a program, I think a decade ago or so, wherein somebody taught me, Sudarshan Kriya. Sudarshan Kriya is again, a sort of meditation, wherein you control your breathing or you do a rhythmic breathing. So that is where I learned the power of meditation. Though I had been, I believed in divine, had been, doing my prayers since childhood. But this, doing meditation is what develops your intuitive sense. So one thing I would always tell everyone, even my child, I made him learn that Sudarshan Kriya to enhance his intuitive skills, because that is, you don't have much time in life. Everybody has those 24 hours, and that is where you have to quickly decide things. So based on analytical skills, go to your intuitive skills and develop your intuitive skills through meditation. That is what I would like to say.
So just take us to a time where you had to decide something, and what if it is not very personal, would you like to share with us with an example? How did you decide?
See, I'll tell you. At a point, I'll tell you about an incident in Infosys. When I was with Infosys, my child was small, he was in say class 2 or class 3. that was a very challenging time in my life because my working hours were like 18 hours a day I had to work with a small child, and that working mothers always have that guilt factor, that whether I'm able to give it to my child or not. And certain things came in wherein he was still in class 2 or class 3, and I felt, as a mother, you would always say that my child should be best in sports, my child should be best in studies, my child should be best in music and everything. Every mother, dreams. And since I had been a topper in my life, so I always expected my son to be that topper, which was a wrong notion in me. I would say that I learned later in life that he was actually doing very good, but he was not coming first in his class. So that guilt factor would come into me that, oh, he came fourth in his class. I mean, I would, get into those pangs of guilt. But that is where my mother, came as a strong supporter for me, and she, taught me that every child is different, every child has got diverse skills, and that is what I feel thankful to her today also, that once I would have quit Infosys that time, if I would
Just
have
out
gone
of that
into
guilt.
out of that guilt that I'm not able to look after my son, and he's not a topper in his class. I had been a topper throughout, so I want the same thing from him. But I believe that my relationships, like my mother, my husband, they supported me during that time, telling me that it is so important for you to be Samita also in life rather than just being a mother. And he will anyways come up nicely looking at his mother working hard and all. So that was the time I did not quit. I moved into Infosys, praying God that give me strength to just play all the roles of my life, be it mother, be it a professional coder in Infosys.
That was a good decision. Otherwise, today you wouldn't be the GM of BSNL.
Exactly. Now I keep telling young women that when you get into, especially when you get into the role of mother, there things change a lot for you, because you see your baby crying at home, and then you have a meeting out, you have to give a presentation, you have to prepare for that presentation, so all those things that happen in your life, I believe it is very important that you have to decide. So I would say that again I'll come back to meditation. Meditation is what helps you, because everything is in the mind. You have to make your mind strong, develop your intuition to see where you want to go in life.
Wow, it is wonderful to talk to you. Anything else that you want to talk to our audience? Because we name this as Winners Club. We want everybody to win. All those who connect with us and listen to our coaching or teaching or inspiration, we want them to win. So just a last word, what would you want to tell those people who are watching you?
I would say please go ahead and read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's a beautiful book. It changed my life, and it will definitely change your life as well.
So what we believe, we actually attracted.
Right. What we send to the universe is what we get back. That is very important. And that book I've made my son also read, and he's like felt that it's a game changer in your life if you read that book.
I have read it, and it's really a blessing. And
Right.
thank you once again for talking to us, and we also want to encourage you that you are a winner, and you must believe that you will win. God bless you.